Hi, we're AKSA. Here we will convey to you about the welfare of the drivers of Gojek Indonesia. So, Gojek is a technology company from Indonesia that station through Gojek service. In the service, they have good GoRide, GoSend, GoFood, GoMart, GoMet, and GoShop, and one of the current companies in Indonesia. Next slide. Let's take a look about fact finding. Next slide. When we view in the fact finding number one with the working hours at the driver does is commensurate with the income they receive, that is one of the things we will discuss today. According to the Fair Work Foundation report, Gojek is one of the red-hailing companies that fail to fulfill their promise to offer a fair salary to their partners. This is certainly a fundamental problem for the driver on the street. There is an easy driver account to get an order. There are also very difficult ones. Even in a day, they only receive 2 to 3 orders. Is not fair. Next slide. Okay, when we view in the first point, it is within the gig economy. The company can easily suspend the workers. Yes, besides that, in the gig economy, problems such as unstable income potential, not getting benefit from the company, or even paying taxes from their own pockets become their weaknesses. Although Gojek has apparently provided various features that can facilitate their drivers, such as Swadaya program, annual scholarship for mature children, entrepreneurship development with GoFood, and next slide. Okay, analytic analysis. After reading the article, finally got a query like the one on the current screen and put it in the analytic analysis. From this query, we managed to get 2,500 data on the Twitter related to the query. Next, from the text analysis that we got, it turns out that an Indonesian Gojek driver as a form of activity or work of gig economy in Indonesia apparently still has not received adequate welfare. In the working hours they did, it wasn't yet commensurate with the income they receive. Actually, as a gig economy worker in Indonesia, online taxi rates in Indonesia are also online Ojek now is a transportation that is needed by many people, especially in Indonesia. Next. And in network analysis, we also found that Indonesian netizens again questioned the welfare of the driver that Indonesia account. In addition, netizens also talk about the attitude of one of the customer who was considered rude to one of the Gojek drivers. This then repeat the reaction that occurred. Next slide. So after conducting an analysis on Netlytic, we also conduct an analysis sentiment with 2,500 data using Azure Learning Machine, and the majority of the results are negative sentiment. We will make this sentiment data one of the reference to create a next program later. Next. So let's take a look about the demographic and behavioral. Next. So after collecting the interview data from various groups and then process, we finally got that data. Most drivers were born in Malang City and currently most live in Lower Quaru district. And the Gojek drivers are known to be the average millennial generation with a percentage of 59.58%. This must be a reference for us to determine the right way of communicating with them. Next, the majority of Gojek drivers have a final education, namely high school, with a percentage of 64.4%. In addition, it turns out they join as a drivers have been from 2017, who previously mostly worked as office employees. Next, we also for drivers spend 6 working days with 8 hours per day, and they can get rich 3 million rupiah per month. And next, according to driver, although they can do various services, but in serve provide the largest yield distribution is the GoFood service. That is 80%, especially if the distance they take far can increase the income obtained on the grounds that their mobility is greater. Next slide. The rating of customer is very meaningful for drivers that will affect the level of the driver's account and can get a bigger bonus from the copay. Although the majority of drivers claim that they were not given education facilities because of work relations that were limited to partners. And next, although the driver claimed that they needed an old age insurance, but when offered the driver would be an employee with a high qualification, they agreed to refuse with a percentage of 63.7%. And next.
Okay, the next one is about the result of analysis sentiment. Next. The first issue is driver's welfare issue. After entering all the data into Excel and using the Azure Learning Machine feature, the result is 56.3% positive, 26.2% negative, and 17.6% neutral. And the second one is driver's Wadaya program issue. We've got a result that is 55% positive, 32.6% negative, and 12.3% neutral. Next. The third is driver's kasih jempol issue, and we got the result that is 47.2% positive, 39.7% negative, and 13.1% neutral. And the last one is driver's hero issues. After entering all data into Excel and using the Azure Learning Machine feature, the result is 36.4% positive, 48% negative, and 15.5% neutral. Next. Now we move to 5C analysis. Next. The first one is company. Gojek Indonesia have a vision that is helps improve the structure of transportation in Indonesia, provide ease for the community, and carrying out daily work such as sending document daily, spending using career facilities, and participating in the welfare of the life of motorcycle taxi driver in Jakarta and Indonesia in the future. And for the mission, that is making PT Gojek Indonesia the fastest transportation service in serving the needs of the Indonesian people, and making PT Gojek Indonesia as a reference for the implementation of compliance and governance of good transportation structure using technological advances, and also increase concern and responsibility for the environment and social, providing excellent service and value-added solution to customer. Gojek Indonesia provide Go Ride, Go Car, Go Food, Go Send, Go Mart, Go Pulsa, Go Club, and many other. And for the information, the number of Gojek drivers in Indonesia currently has 1.7 million drivers spread throughout Indonesia in 2020. And Gojek Indonesia have a social media such as Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, and Line. And for the customer, Gojek Indonesia has the target audience for unisex and for the primary age for about 25 till 14 years old, and for the secondary age 9 until 24 years old, and for the geographic urban and SASP. And for the lifestyle, hard worker and traveling. For the competitor, based on the article we got, ESG scores from competitors, especially Grab, namely AA, Gojek competitor as a company that over-service at the time many example only Buruk, Antarin, Bujat, Kliko, Ponchang, and many more. And for the collaborator, Gojek Indonesia make some collaborations with Tokopedia and join the Godo for the Rice movement that targeted micro, small, and medium enterprises. And Gojek also collaborates with PUBG Mobile, which will create its own uniqueness and excitement. And third is Gojek also collaborated with Kominfo for digital transformation acceleration for micro, small, and medium enterprises and the general public in Indonesia. And next, Gojek collaborates with Telkomsel to strengthen Indonesia's digital economy. And Gojek also collaborates with Lifebuoy to improve the health protocol. And the next, Gojek in collaboration with environmental startup, namely Traces in launched the Go Greener carbon offset feature to absorb the carbon trade resulting from the daily activity. And Gojek provided the largest on-demand application service in Indonesia in self-help, expanding the range of affordable vehicles insurance access for the driver, partner, and 50 cities throughout Indonesia. And the last one, Gojek cooperated with the Social Security Organizing Agency, or we know as BPJS, provide is of access to BPJS employment social security service in the non-wage recipient sector for driver partner. Next. The next is about the PESEL analysis. Next. The first point is about the politics. In this point, there are some regulation with a president, governor, and minister, and the regulation of minister about the public transportation, and many other. And for the economic, the first one is economic observer Gunawan Benjamin said online taxi services have significantly helped the Indonesian economy. And second, employment in Indonesia until now reached 9.1 million people. And number three, in September 2019, the World Bank released its report on the risk of global economic and its impact on Indonesia, which gave a negative picture of Indonesia's economic growth in the future. And number four, economic impact based on the FABUI, the demographic institution. Gojek's contribution during 2021 was 249 trillion, or equivalent to 1.5% of GDP. And the last one is Demographic Institute of the Faculty of Economic and Business, University of Indonesia, released the latest research result that mentioned the people of Indonesia were more than 80% of consumers consistently use the Gojek application. This also makes the Gojek ecosystem continue to show positive contribution to the national economy every year. Next. The next one is about the social. Number one, an online motorcycle taxi drivers died, allegedly due to work fatigue. And two, the Minister of Manpower explained the Gojek driver profession is one of those who did receive THR because of the policy of employment with the application. And number three, the demo action strike on September 3, 2019 in Pontianak related to the incentive cutting policy from 110,000 to 60,000. And the Gojek ecosystem is said to continue to show positive contribution to the national economy every year. And technology and non-technology solution, Gojek is said to help partner of drivers and micro, small, and medium enterprises. And for the technology, Gojek became the first digital-based company from Indonesia that holds decacorn status. Decacorn is a nickname of startup that have a valuation of 10 billion US dollar or equivalent to 140 trillion. And the on-demand service provider company, Gojek, released on a learning machine and artificial intelligence to mitigate fictitious orders. Both of these technology are also used to detect fraud using illegal application. And three, reduce the number of vehicles on the road. And number four, according to the AKSA, Gojek drivers actually have flexible time, but they tend to work unhealthy and pursue bonuses. And number five, Gojek relies on learning machine and artificial intelligence to mitigate the facetious radius. Number six, push electronic transaction. Gojek launches Go Bills for electricity payment and BPJS Health. Number seven, Gojek is considered as a form sort of manifestation to change in the behavior of people who originally used public transportation to turn to online transportation. Number eight, there will be a special service for Go Ride Electric where users can be delivered by the driver partner who use an electric motor. And number nine, through Go Corp innovation, business actors can easily regulate the transportation allowance of employees, and employees don't have to bother doing reimbursement. And number 10, Gojek offers an easy way to order motorcycle taxi service for cars or motorcycles, food and goods order service, digital payment service, and other with one application. And the last one, Gojek is a startup pioneering company. Next. The next is law. And for the law, Gojek Indonesia, which rules in Indonesia, are regulated in law number 13 of number 13 in 2003 concerning manpower article 88 till 90. And the second one, law number 11 of 2008 concerning information and electronic transaction. And number three, article 73 of Permen Kominfo number 4 in 2018 concerning licensing service for electronic integrated business in communication and information. And number four, law the Republic of Indonesia number 2022 in 2009 concerning road traffic and transportation. And number five, information and electronic transaction law or law number 11 of 2008. And for the environment, the first one is innovation and development of electric vehicles become the main thing to prevent global problems. And the second one, Gojek has fulfilled aspect of ESG in accordance with the standard of global reporting initiative and sustainability accounting standard. And the last one, pandemic COVID-19 has influenced many sectors, including the economic sector. There was a leisure of trading activities and decline in communities activities that had used online motorcycle taxi transformation. Next.
So I'm going to present a SWOT analysis from Gojek. The first thing we are going to look at strength next. As we know, Gojek is the first company goes to employee motorcycle taxis through the apps, and Gojek is the first digital-based company from Indonesia that holds Dekakon status. In this collaboration, Gojek has collaboration and established cooperation with many parties such Halodoc, Allianz, Tokopedia, PUBG Mobile, and etc. Gojek already has more loyal driver and loyal customer compared to other companies. And then the option offered to app to customer are more complete than other companies. And then Gojek also have a Swadaya program to improve the welfare of Gojek driver. Gojek has so many achievements. It is won an award in the category of e-commerce and online platform. Next is weaknesses. Gojek often face a complaint from customer, such as error service, difficulty login, unable to order and find location, etc. Number two is the weak protection to the driver. The driver rejection to the performance assessment set by management, not transportation. Number nextnya, customer care service owned by Gojek still tend to be less concerned and less responsive. So this make this customer less comfortable with Gojek service. And then the driver rejection of the performance assessment set by management is not by transparent. Next, let's take a look to the opportunity. The first order between food online become a trend in the community. In the era of technology development, 5.0 gave the chance to develop further, and more people get a job become of the Gojek. And then unexpected Gojek to all regions in Indonesia. People need online transportation. And according to the data from the Komunitas Konsumen Indonesia, people prefer online transportation rather than public transportation. And lastly, the Indonesian government with other Asian countries plans to open the Asian Economic Community, which is economic community in the environment of Southeast Asian countries. One of the target of IAC is investment and human research that can be in and out freely in the area of member countries. If this plan realizes, Gojek dreams to expand abroad, so will be easier to achieve considering that Gojek is one of the large online motorcycle taxi service provided in Southeast Asia. Next, we have the threats. Number one is guarantee of labor and social that must be paid by the driver himself, so that almost all the ojol driver finally does not have any insurance, and the amount of 23% of ojol driver who have it. Next, Gojek is considered to have experienced a lot of employment gap because it not consideration as employee but a partner, and doesn't get worker even though the risk of the job is high. And then money driver feel the policy making in Gojek company is always one side and not transparent, so that there is no mutually beneficial relationship between the two parties who are partnering. Nextnya, the competitor price are cheaper for several similar services. And last, competitor who continue to grow with their less innovation. Next, we have SO strategy. The first S1 is match with O2. is Max Gojek is an application that always follow the development of digital technology, both from application and facilities in it. And then S2 match with O2, holding this position provide Gojek opportunity to remain more innovating in digital technology. S3 match with O2 with the development of digital technology. S4 match with O5, improve service and facilities and system relate to Gojek application, especially to consumer. S5 match with O6, increase digital marketing relate to Gojek to new consumer. S6 1, optimize service and system in Gojek, especially on GoFood, and add new features in it. S7 match with O4, Gojek can spread to regions in Indonesia that are not yet reached by online motorcycle taxis. SH match with O, S9 match with O7, communicating GoFood as company value. S10 match with O7, support the existence of a Swadaya program to improve the welfare of the Gojek driver partner. S11 match with O7. Driver network is way than other online motorcycle taxis, so that it can boost the company performance. W3 match with O2 offers cargo insurance first before being sent to the customer. W4 match with O7 communicate employment guarantee and driver insurance. W6 match with O5 maximize the customer service system to make it easier customer to receive service well. W8 match with O5 communicating the assessment of Gojek driver performance. And we have ST strategy. S5 match with T11 optimize 16 service on Gojek with the development of competitor who continue to develop. S9 match with T11. Although many new competitors have sprung up, Gojek already has strong branding in the eyes of the community. S12 match with T11, obtaining the award obtained by Gojek to go international. Last, we have WT strategy. W1 is matched with T8, improve the existing system so that customers feel comfortable using Gojek. W2 match with T8, carry out a marketing strategy that follows the trend and cooperates with many parties. W4 match with T11, with the absence of insurance guarantees for driver, Gojek can make driver insurance programs so that the performance of the driver can be increased again. W5 match with T6, optimize communication between two parties to create two-way communication. Last, W7 match with T10, long driver working hours at slightly more expensive price and emergence of other competitor and affordable price makes Gojek can add more interesting promos so that driver will get more customer with commensurate result. Next slide. Segment 3, we have audience persona communication strategy. The persona from Gojek driver is Fajar Chandra. He is 28, were born in Malang. After graduating from high school, he worked as factory worker for 5 years. But in 2017, decided to get out and continue to live as a Gojek driver. In 1 week, Fajar can spend as much as 6 working days and 8 hours per day. With that, he did monthly income that he could get average 3 million, although he felt not good enough, but he was grateful to get a better income than before. Just like the other driver, he was his account to become a platinum driver. to be able to bring money to house with more, the way he always wait for other in the middle on the city. Okay, now we move to communicate with project. Next. Okay, the next one is about the main problem statement of the welfare of the driver of Gojek Indonesia based on our data is the communication planning program created by Gojek has not been optimal enough. So that the Gojek Swadaya program has not been configured properly and evenly. And the second one is Gojek Indonesia have not socialized the Gojek Swadaya program in the language of the lower middle class. Those are the reason why the Swadaya program has not going well. Next. Okay, according to our problem statement, we decided to make a smart objective that is increase the desire of Gojek driver in the Gojek Swadaya program by 30% with a period of 8 months. Next. And beside that, we also made some objective for successing our smart objective, such as re-socialize the Swadaya program by considering the target audience, increase interest in Swadaya program for driver partner, and educate the driver about Swadaya program. Also, we have made some program that relevant and we're gonna do for reaching our smart objective and the objective needed. Next.
Okay, for the stakeholder, we have government, organization, media, academic, and business. For government, we have BPJS, Kementerian Info, and Kemenhurap. For the organization, we have Palang Merah Indonesia, Lasnas, and Adalah Terutama. For the media, we have CG and NNM, and for the academic, Gojek have for the Politeknik Negeri Surabaya, Politeknik Negeri Ujung Pandang, Politeknik Negeri Jakarta, and last one is the business, Gojek. The stakeholder that Gojek have is Unilever, Tokopedia, Bukalapak, AirAsia, Shell, and Alfamart. Next. For the positioning, Gojek app created by the nation children, user-friendly, and provide convenience with fast features and services. And for the key message, one app with a variety solution. For the tagline, pasti ada jalan. And next.
All right, here we go to interest. Interest strategy, we're making a target audience, Gojek drivers, know more about the Swadaya program provided by Gojek. And in tactic, the first is involving drivers directly using the Swadaya program at the Gojek birthing event. And the second is raise the issue of the Gojek Swadaya program through the photo and video posts and hashtag use. And the third is uploading interview content with drivers to social media. And the fourth is sending broadcast message via WhatsApp business content in invitation to join the Swadaya program. And in tools, we use Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook. In outcomes, public knowledge, public interest, public engagement, and public participation. And next, in desire, in strategy, we making drivers has the desire to join the Swadaya program. In tactics, submit an invitation to use Swadaya program through short movie and previous campaigns, and then appreciate the driver by giving a bonus in the form of a GoPay balance. In tools, we use YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and Gojek application, outcomes, public interest, public engagement, public participation, and public knowledge. Next, in action strategy, we making Gojek driver also become part of Swadaya program. In tactic, give appreciation to drivers who follow the Swadaya program in the form of GoPay balance, and conduct interview with the driver who have used the Swadaya program. In tools, we use Gojek application, Instagram, and Facebook. And in outcomes, public knowledge, public interest, and public participation. And the last is memory strategy. We making Gojek drivers always remember the Swadaya program owned by Gojek. In tactic, conduct interview directly with drivers who Swadaya program. and upload on social media interview content with drivers. Tools we use Instagram and Facebook, and outcomes public interest and public engagement, and then public participation. All right, in program, we go to program. This program name is Bangkit untuk Driver. The month August until September. Purpose, raise the issue of the Gojek Swadaya program using hashtag. Program form, this program is carried out by uploading photo, post, and short video trailers that live back about the Gojek Swadaya program. And the second program name is Gebiar Apresiasi Driver. Month October, purpose to celebrate the Gojek anniversary and appreciate the Gojek drivers. Program form, this program is an appreciation program for driver who take part in a Swadaya program by giving kopay in the amount of 100,000 rupiah, involve Gojek company and Gojek driver. And the third program name is short movie Bangkit untuk Driver. The month November until December, purpose to campaign for Swadaya program through the short movie, and program form short movie is made with a duration of 10 minutes to raise the issue of social welfare of the driver through the Swadaya program provided by Gojek, involve Gojek company and Gojek driver. And the fourth is program name Gojek Bisa, Gojek Bijang Swadaya, the month January until February, purpose to find out the opinions of the driver in the field towards the Swadaya program. Program form, this program is carried out by uploading video posts that last 1 until 2 minutes, where the video contains the interview content with the Gojek driver who follow the Swadaya program. Involve Gojek company and Gojek driver. And then communication with drivers. Program form. This program is one of the communication the Swadaya program, involve Gojek company and Gojek driver. And in our program, we use hashtag Bangkit untuk Driver, Gebiar Driver, Ayo Gabung Swadaya, and Bincang Swadaya. Okay, next.
Okay, in page model, in the paid section, we pay for television ads and media social ads. In our internet section, there's YouTubers such as Ronald SNG, FS Santui, and the other. Secondly, there's media relations such as detik.com, antara.com, and the other. Then the third is blogger relations such as medium.com, bloggerborneo.com, and the other. In the share section, we share on Gojek official media social such as Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, and WhatsApp. In the section, in the owned section, there is a official Gojek website and the Gojek application. Next. In media planning, we have a content pillar. The first is Bangkit untuk Driver. This content is a 30-second video post on Instagram and Facebook. The second is Gebiar Apresiasi Driver. This content is a post on Instagram and Facebook too. The third is short movie entitled Bangkit untuk Driver. This content is broadcast on WhatsApp, YouTube, and Facebook for a duration of 10 minutes. The fourth is Gojek Bisa. This content is a 1 until 2 minute video that will be posted on Facebook and Instagram. And the last one is Sahabat Mitra Gojek. This content is in the form of broadcasting on WhatsApp. Next.
KPI, Key Performance Indicator. The first is Bangkit untuk Driver with a viewer, like, comment, share, and 5 billion likes, 5 billion comment, 5 million viewer, and 14K share. And Gebiar Apresiasi Driver dengan with like, comment, share, and 50K likes and 5K comment and 10K share. And then short movie Bangkit untuk Driver with viewer, share, comment, double, check marks, likes, and 500 viewers and 1,000 share and 1K comment and 1 billion database, and 5K likes. And Gojek Bisa, viewers, comment, like, share, and 500 views, and 5K comment, 10K share, and 50K likes. Sahabat Mitra Gojek with double check marks and 500 database. Next slide.
So yeah, this is our project timeline for the first programs, August to September. And the second one project is Gebar Apresiasi. It will be held to coincide with the birthday month of Gojek Indonesia, which is in October. And the third project called Short Movies Bangkit untuk Driver that will be uploaded in November, and we will highlight it until December. And the next project called Gojek Bisa or Gojek Bincang Swadaya, it will be held from January. And the last project, Sahabat Mitra Gojek, will be carried out starting in August and ending on our project timeline on March. Next. So talk about the first project called Bangkit untuk Driver is try to raise awareness of driver partners about the Gojek Swadaya program by uploading several videos and short videos. After knowing and participating in the Gojek Swadaya program, company give an appreciation to its partners so that between the two of them with the Gebar Apresiasi Driver program. The third is short movie is attend the strength, the identity of the Gojek Swadaya program by a short video containing knowledge of this program. And the fourth is Gojek Bincang Swadaya is carried out regularly from Gojek driver partner after watching a honest review or honest interview videos, and this activity can be benchmarked for success in previous campaign programs. The last is Sahabat Mitra Gojek. It's also carried out intensively with Gojek driver with the aim of and identity for the Gojek Swadaya program by resocializing the Gojek Swadaya program through the official Gojek WhatsApp business. Next.
Now about risk management, the first program is Bangkit untuk Driver. The possible crisis is Gojek driver don't have much time to dive into social media and low engagement range, and crisis handling is share the content to all the social media which owned by Gojek, then check the insight from each social media. Always blow up the ICU. Now, the second is Gebar Apresiasi Driver. The information about the possible crisis is the information share is less spread throughout the Gojek drivers, and the crisis handling is share the content to all the social media which owned by Gojek. Then check the insight from the each social media. And the third program is Bangkit untuk Driver short movie. The possible crisis is Gojek driver partner don't open the given short film like link from the WhatsApp business. And the crisis handling is register social media advertisement to promote the short movie in order to convey the film to all audience. And four is Gojek Bisa or Gojek Bincang Swadaya. The possible crisis is Gojek drivers don't care and still not interested in program Swadaya. And the crisis handling is promote content more actively and evaluate the content. And the last is Sahabat Mitra Gojek. Possible crisis is Gojek driver don't notice a message sent by the company. And the crisis handling is using the Gojek driver application for resisting the program. Next slide. Okay, this is the wheel database you can see with the Google Drive. And we are from AKSA. We close and thank you so much. And wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bye.